it's me, Sakura Chidabi, once again, playing Katawa Shoujo. Anyway, last time we played, oh man, what did we do? We failed the test, we talked to Emmy and Rin, we had lunch, oh yeah, we greet farewell, oh my god. We had farewells with Lilly, because she's going to Scotland to see her parents. And we made it through chapter 1, or chapter 2, I think. I think it's chapter 2, but yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Oh my god, my mouse. I rest my chin on my head. Oh no! I rest my chin on my hand as I absentmindedly look out the window. Yet another of Muto's lectures droning on and on as if it were endless. The summer sky is also alluring, its bright cerulean splendor. Only the odd passing clouds break up the deep blue expanse. The feeling of longing is probably the outside of me yearning to escape. Nakai, could you answer this? That side of me lost the past now, though. In that case, I think it would use the ane suffix? Correct. Moving forward, the suffix for. My attention towards Muto slips once again. I spot Misha giving me an enthusiastic thumbs up and nod at her to settle down. It's been a handful of days since Lilly left for Scotland. Days which have passed relatively peacefully. Life largely continues as usual, in contrast to what I expected. While thoughts of her have danced around on the edge of my mind since she left, present events manage to subdue them, at the very least for a time being. So I find myself idly chatting with Hanako, as usual, when lunchtime finally rolls by. Are the later ones in this series good as well? Not really. You're probably best off sticking to the original. His books didn't live up to it either, other than maybe God Emperor. Thanks. I wasn't really sure if... As Hanako steps to the side, I see Shizune stride up in her typical business-like manner, flanked by her ever-present, bright-haired shadow. As I try as I might, I can't read any hint of their intent from their faces. Suzune's poker face and Misha's seemingly bountiful cheerfulness are a devilish combination. Morning, Shizune. Misha. Hi. I accentuate the greeting with a nod to Shizune in order to get the point across. She prompts and curling return in the gestures for both of us. It's been a long while since I've really talked to either of them. For a while I thought they might be avoiding me, but eventually came to the conclusion that Shizune really isn't the type to do so. ... Morning, Shi-chan. Morning, Shi-chan says that Muto wants to see you sometime. Because of this statement, my face contorts as if I just eaten spoiled food, giving Misha no end of amusement. Wahahaha! Anyone think they were in trouble, He-chan? ... You might not be aware of it, but you have the least to worry about out of anyone in the class. What an unexpected vote of confidence. Even Hanako nods hesitantly to affirm the point. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. There was something I wanted to ask you, though. Give me a second, I need to take a drink. Oh, sour. ... And what might that be, He-chan? I have a feeling this won't go over well, but here it goes. Is there any reason why you and Lilly don't get along? It seems like even a little civility would help you both in your duties. Shizune's cold stare after Misha happily sighed the words stopped me in my tracks. In hindsight, I really could have worded that better. Hanako's like, get me out of here. Out of the corner of my eye, I sure to see Hanako move back just a little. Thankfully, Shizune notices this and lets her temper dissipate as she forcefully runs her hand through her hair to let steam off. Perfectly on cue, Misha begins interpreting the second Shizune's arms begin to move forward. ... I would say that as much matters aren't relevant to you, but since you seem to have befriended Lilly... She paused to adjust her glasses, eventually attempting to articulate her point in the best possible manner. ... When I assure the same of her, I cannot call my own views on the matter unbiased. Suffice to say, we were close before, then we are now. Shizune makes a quick gesture to Misha to stop her from interpreting, then has a quick meeting with her before proceeding. The fact that the two can communicate so easily yet so secretly and right in front of us is slightly disconcerting. Hanako seems to share my curiosity at the proceedings, looking on with thinly masked interest. As they finish the opaque conversation, Misha looks slightly deflated. I guess her opinion on the matter wasn't followed. Shi-chan says you should ask Lilly about it, as she doesn't want to be the one that gets involved. As well, I have to ask her as she gets back. At least I get some information out of Shizune. The two having been on close terms, meaning that they weren't always at each other's throats, or at least not quite to this extent. I understand anyway, thanks. With a nod and a farewell, the two break away and walk out of the door, no doubt headed straight for the student council room. Could have gone worse, I suppose. Hanako lets out a long breath, relieved at the confrontation's resolve. I can't say I blame her. I see you later, then. Yeah, I'll meet you in the tea room. See ya. With that, she waves and the trickle of students leave the classroom. Nakai, could I speak with you for a moment? Delivered in a monotone manner, he apparently decided that I needed a reminder to see him already. Eventually, I finished packing my things up. By the time I reach his desk, the classroom is close to empty. Yes, sir. He looks up, taking measure of my face before giving an awkward, rather obviously acted chuckle. No need to feel guilty. You're not in any trouble. I just wanted to ask you something. I've asked a few of the other students so far. There's something, at least. For a moment, I thought my maximum of keeping my head down and my pen up has failed me. So what did you want to talk about? To start with, what do you think of your progress in the class so far? Good? Bad? I detest that kind of question. A fair amount of times, I try to think of a response that is neither pathetically humble or cocky. I'd say I'm doing okay. The work doesn't seem too hard, and I'm doing better on the test than I thought I would. That's a good answer, a correct one, too. I give a mental sigh of relief at his satisfaction. To say that I didn't give a little pride from his comment would be a blatant lie. In the maelstrom of thoughts clouding my mind after leaving that I'd be transferring to Yamaku, my school grades seemed utterly unimportant. Being entirely clueless as to what skill would be assumed of me once I actually got here, I hugely received when I found out that I understand well enough the schoolwork we'd be doing. I know your circumstance might have been thrown in a wrench in the works, but you have given any thought to your future, my future. What you'd like to do as a professional. Do you have any thoughts on what you'd like to be in 10 or 20 years' time? I wouldn't be surprised if I could cover this ground in your previous schoolwork, but I didn't have any records of any of it you had. I suppose the last year of high school is the time when students usually need to be thinking about such things. To be honest, I haven't really let in much thought compared to the immediate situation. Catching on to my thinking, Muto speaks up. It's okay if you haven't decided on anything specific. I wouldn't be surprised if you had Lots of your classmates were still undecided. After all, maybe pursuit's one of your talents. He rather obviously trying to squeeze in an answer out of me, and there's something about his previous wording makes me suspicious. He didn't seem to be intent on asking everyone like this. He must have had some kind of selection criteria, I guess, or grades in his class. While something in science might be the part of least resistance, or path of least resistance. His face brightens, no doubt pleased as the thought of the prize student following his subject as a career path. Good, having a general idea in the first step. I would advise you to think on it, though. I will. Things are kind of settling down, which helps. Good to hear. Oh, I've noticed that Ikezawa's attendance and grades have improved since you came to be friends. I'd like to thank you for that. I'm surprised you noticed. We knew each other. He gives a chuckle as awkward as his smile. This guy really has no idea how to properly act around others. His facial movements seem like an act of carefully misdirected choreography. You could say I have a general idea of who knows whom in parts of a teacher's job. Catching himself before he goes off on a tangent, he loudly coughs in his hand. I assure you have things to do, so I'll stop you there. Please do think about where you're headed from here, so you don't have as long to go before you finish high school. Thank you, I will. Give me a second. The brief talk ended. I take my leave. He goes back to fussing with the teaching materials on his desk. This is one time I envious of Lilly, almost maddening so, to have one's future so clearly and so assured, yet working towards it such a young age. It's an idea so utterly I can't read that wordable, with my own thoughts, mirrored in the present day, just as they've always been. Ooh. Walking through the lobby to the cafeteria, I silently rue my daily routine has been completely thrown off. It had seemed like a normal day. I arrived in class before most, due to waking up early and having become quite adapted to chugging down my pills without choking as I get ready for the day. But as students trickled in, one never materialized. Hanako. I step inside, my eyes scanning the expanse of the cafeteria in search of a suitable place to take a seat. It's a task made more difficult by the groups of students moving about and busily talking. Gee! A hand pounds the back hard a couple times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focus my thoughts on my chest in my near-atomic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breast. I start going through the steps. I rehearse in my head, my mind every day. Breathe steadily, in and out. With a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest become less tight. By the time I look back up, my face is covered in sweat from the experiment. Hey man, are you okay? God dingle dangle. Don't you do that, idiot. He retreats back, as an expression of unease written on his face. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have barked at him, considering had he had no way of knowing. I give a sigh and right myself with some difficulty. Sorry, I just had some chest problems. Sharp knocks aren't good. It seems strange to him to be upset. The fact that I can't do anything about it irritates me. Let's get lunch. Okay, it's good to have some company for once. We start off the serving line. One good thing is that Kenji and I can make small talk nowadays, as opposite to only interaction with him being anti-feminist lectures. Seems like it'd be hard to find an empty table. There's a few people I wouldn't mind sitting with. Nobody like you, though. A few shivers run up my spine. Clarify that now. They don't listen. Their minds are closed. It's the media, man. The goddamn brainwashing mainstream feminist fascist media. Oh no. No, kid, you lie. He takes a breath as I savor the seconds of silence. Damn, they control everything. Everything, you and me. I relax a little while we grab our food and drink. So, what you got for me? Huh? Come on, you've been hanging around Sato and the other chick for ages now. Rumors are all over my class, probably some of others too. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Let me guess, you never do it. Not even when you're bored? Really? Well, fine points taken. Both of us stopped to have soup ladled in a couple of small bowls and placed onto our trays. The concoction that lands in my bowl looks questionable, but at least it smells reasonably good. As we take our seats at a miraculously free table, I think of something that would actually interest him at all. I hope I can come up with an acceptable topic. I found an answer to a question you asked a couple weeks back. Where does Lily's non-Japanese half come from, that is? Good man, it's Russian, right? Totally Russian. Scotland. He visibly stops in his tracks. Scotland? Yeah, that was my reaction too. She can speak English fluently and everything. Damn it! Do you realize what this means? How terrifying this news is to me? I think he's hyper. Oh my, I have to answer this? This is a question. This is a choice? Oh no. I don't want to mess up this route. I'm gonna save here. Save. Create a new save state. Just create a completely new one and then save here as well. Yes. Continue. Oh my, I kind of want to humor him. Like, I think ignoring him won't be good. Ignore his insane ramblings, or let's humor him. This is what the game wants. I have no idea what that means. Enlighten me. I just lost 1,000 yen, man. 1,000. Damn it, this is the worst day ever. You're kidding me. You made a bet about her nationality? One of those dudes in my class was bugging me about it. I gave him some of my wisdom, and he had the audacity to say my logic was wrong. So what did he think? Germany or something. It doesn't matter. What matters is my 1,000 yen. Damn it, this day is ruined thanks to her. What a beep. What a bad word. He looks utterly devastated as a wolf downs several clumps of his soy-soaked rice. It only takes a few mouthfuls before he pokes his chopsticks at me, stabbing the air repeatedly in revelation. Why, Did your mother ever tell you not to speak with your mouth full? He gives me a dirty look before choking down the rest of his food left in his mouth. Taking a gulp of juice is rather unsightly. Remembering my food sitting in front of me, I decide the task of eating cafeteria food over and done with as fast as possible. The sooner I do so, the sooner the experience will be over. So, I was saying, why would anyone want to live in that place anyway? I mean, what's there to see? Grassy plains? That's it. Lots and lots of grassy plains. And men in kilts? I'm not sure which is worse, the food or his worldviews. I can feel my face being dragged down by the combining weight. Not that he's noticed or cared. It's not bad. Why do you care about her so much anyway? She's just your class representative after all. He gives a malicious chuckle. Were anyone but Kenji, I feel uneasy to how he sounds. I finally found the chick in the Feminist Legion armor. It took me a while, but I'm confident that this is going to be how we can bring down the whole system. I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready? No, I'm never ready with you. I tune out his ramblings for a moment as I finish my rice and start on the unappetizing soup. The taste is enough to confirm that it's cold. Ready as I'll ever be. I confirm that Lilly is in the Mafia. What? Alright, stay with me for a second, and I'll describe the scene. I wish I could do otherwise. Oh, I gotta stop here. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching. Remember, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, Bakas, stay stinky.